took his stomach ache away just like that. How about it?
But isn't that one of those old remedies or what?
It is, in a sense,
Yes.
That's what my mother
porque
used to
usábamos
tell
un
me.
aceitito.
The babies.
The babies.
With
Empacho.
olive oil. With
Empacho.
olive oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil does,
Yeah.
my sister still does that.
Yeah.
And I think you can use any kind of oil, ¿verdad?
As
If you're
long
gonna
as it's
massage your
warm
stomach.
enough.
Porque yo me acuerdo mi abuelita manteca.
Yes, yeah,
Your mother, she would use lard. But it's amazing, you know, little things like that, that you can help yourself rather than, you know, go to the medicine. And like I say, you can use the medicine, but then again, don't overuse it to the point that you don't know what's going on with your body, okay?
What do you think of that? Ally and Zantac and all that?
Ally, even though it's been approved by the FDA, I always prefer that they go through the doctor. Because you don't know, everybody's body is different. And you don't know what chemically their body is balanced or imbalanced. A lot of times those may imbalance your body and then it throws you off. You don't know how your kidneys are. All medication, legal or illegal, filters through the liver. Toda medicina que tomamos, legal o ilegal, filtra por el hígado.
What is LI?
LI is a reducing tablets to reduce weight, to lose weight.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
But
It's
it,
over the counter, no prescriptions. Yeah.
but when you see it, the advertisement, it still tells you that you have to watch what you eat and you have
Exactly.
to watch your
Exactly.
portions. And I say, well, I mean, what's the
Might
use
as
of
well.
taking it,
Exactly.
spend all that money and then exercise, you know?
Might as well.
So, I mean, it's the same thing. And then take that and pay for it, you know, that's
Exactly.
kind of not a good thing.
To me, is how your body is going to accept it. Everybody's body is different, and I've seen people be thrown off, chemically off imbalance. The electrolytes, because they may have some diuretics. Diuretics, you lose fluids. That's how you lose weight. So you lose fluids, but when you lose fluids, there's four main electrolytes: the sodium, the potassium, the chlorides, and the CO2. So all of those are important, and when you lose them, you have to replace them. Por eso, when you're on diuretics, usually the doctor says eat a banana to replace the potassium, because your heart can start acting up on you. Están hablando de las pastillas que están vendiendo real y que no necesitan receta, pero el miedo que yo tengo, porque toda droga, legal o ilegal, filtra por el hígado. Entonces no sabemos cómo está afectando a la persona. Igualmente muchas de las medicinas estas contienen medicina potente para perder líquidos, y eso, cuando pierde uno líquidos, pierde los químicos eléctricos como el potasio, el sodio, el CO2 y el potasio, sodio, CO2, which one did I say? Potassium, chloride, cloro. Así es que son, sí, yo le tengo miedo. Yo mejor prefiero que vayan con un doctor. Y ella acaba de decir que como quiera te dicen, aparte de las medicinas, hace ejercicio, come mejor, pues mejor hacer eso. Eso es, mejor hacer
Oye,
eso.
ahorita viene el especial. La volví.
No, but the chips, that's only here in America, right? Because across the border, they don't give you chips when you sit down at the Mexican restaurants, right?
Some of them do.
They started doing that?
Some of them do. Well, I was born and
Allá
raised.
en México te sirven los
Well, los
chips.
nachos, yo nací con nachos. I was raised in nachos, and nachos are across the
En
river.
unos no, en los fronteros chance que sí.
Pero en
pero
México
ya
no.
más para allá no.
El año pasado que yo fui a Laredo,
Ya no los
No, en
usan.
unos sí, en otros no.
nos dieron.
Yeah. Maybe they're.
Tienes que ordenarlos porque
Aparte.
aparte.
But I remember before, it wasn't a custom
No, it
for
wasn't.
them to give us chips and sauce at the,
Yeah,
you know,
the restaurants.
but
Yeah,
then they picked up our habits.
Yeah. They do.
Bad habits. Bad habits.
I always, I worked at the Dixon Clinic before I came here, and so all of our patients were new, because, we started February '98, and so all of my patients were coming in. They were from Mexico, undocumented, and when I got them as my patients, they had been in the United States for a year or two, and they had gained weight, they had cholesterol, they had diabetes. And I said, God, he says, but when I was living over there, I didn't have any of those problems.
That's what they say with Kentucky and churches, people are gaining so much weight
Yes.
because of the fat.
And I said, I wish I could put a sign, dangerous crossing the border, you may, dangerous to your health crossing the border. Because people don't realize the abundance of the food here. Years ago, when I started with the diabetes in '98, they did a study from the University of Texas, because they said Mexican food is the problem. This is why we have diabetes. But they did a study in families in Mexico, in families Mexico City, in Mexico, and here. I don't know if you were part of it, but they had it in San Antonio. Well, people in Mexico had better control than we did. Why? Well, they had to walk everywhere because they didn't have cars, and money's, they had to ration their food because they didn't have a lot of money. But the people here were totally out of, if I don't have a ride, I don't know how to get there. I can't get there. And the city is not a friendly city because you take a bus, you have to get off, and it takes 3 or 4 buses to get anywhere. So it's not a friendly city. So that's kind of hard. A lot of sidewalks here, and especially in a part of town, they don't know sidewalks. So it's not a friendly city for people to go out and walk or take a straight route.
Oye, Carmen, y ahora que se fueron los restaurantes para México, dice el gobierno ahora que hay McDonald's allá en México, en la capital, dice, la gente se va a poner también gorda porque a lo fácil van a comer.
Ya están,
Ya están hasta en China. Los chinos también están.
Sí, pero hay que cortar, hay que enseñarle a la gente. Allá en México, Chile no mira gente gorda.
Pero
Toda la gente está
En China.
pero lo que les ayuda,
por lo que usted está yendo.
pero lo que les ayuda, caminan.
Sí, caminan.
Bicicleta.
Y bicicleta, esto les ayuda.
Camina porque y caminan y no. ¿Sabe por qué? Caminan porque les gusta ir a ver a las plazas o a los lugares donde hay muchas ventas, porque como allá hay muchas ventas, las tiendas que hay, entonces la gente se baja del carro y caminas 5, 10 cuadras, hasta 20 cuadras. Caminas y yendo viendo. Y aquí no.
Aquí
no hay nada de eso.
La ciudad no es muy
Porque allá la
amigable
gente
aquí.
casi no tiene también tienditas cerquitas.
No, todo
Yo tengo
Pero ¿dónde están los mercados?
Yo tengo pacientes
Tienes que agarrar un carro.
que están aquí, ¿verdad? Y van a México por 3 meses o 2 meses. Y el azúcar en la maquinita, porque corro la máquina y veo un retrato con una línea donde va el azúcar. Cuando están aquí está alta, cuando van a México anda baja. Cuando regresan sube de nuevo. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Oh, andaba en México.
Y también vienen de allá y dicen, ay, cómo hay gente inválida aquí, tanta gente en sillas de ruedas en las tiendas, y allá no mira eso, allá casi las gentes no están a
So
mitades
it is the environment,
pedazos de
it's what we
gente.
call the environment is so different, we don't go anywhere unless we have a car, and then there's a lot of fast food, so those are the things we need to be aware
Y también
of.
comen mucha fruta fresca. Mucha
Natural,
fruta.
natural.
I lived in Mexico a while, and that was the
biggest-
best part, the fresh fruit,
Fruits and vegetables.
because the fresh and I took a trolley, the metro, the subway, the bus, Peceros, taxi, everything. And I would get on one, get on the other one, get off on one, get on the other one. But I did a lot of walking to get from one point, point A to point B. And then, you always saw fresh fruits.
Yeah.
So I would pick a
Yeah.
banana here,
Yeah.
continue walking, pick an apple, at the next stand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you didn't see a lot of sweets like we have over here. Children did not eat chips. And if we went to a class like, exercise class, it was fresh fruits, fresh juice, everything was fresh. So, and it's sad, because the economy over there, that you see the poor people and everything, beautiful complexions, I would notice that on the girls.
Thank you.
They didn't need makeup. They had
I
beautiful
was
complexions.
born,
La papaya
Ajá.
es buenísima, la gente allá en México la acostumbra mucho en las mañanas, la papaya, la piña, porque todo eso te ayuda tanto.
I was born in Eagle Pass, which is a border town, but I was raised in Piedras Negras across the river. And I remember my grandmother going every day to the market, because she didn't have a refrigerator. She had an ice box. So the ice box, you have to put a block of ice every day, to keep the goods. But that's just it for the day. So every day she had fresh fruits and vegetables to make the caldo, to make the sopas or whatever we had to eat. Estoy hablando de cuando la frontera, ¿verdad? Años anteriores, mi abuelita no tenía refrigerador, tenía una caja de hielo donde poníamos un bloque de hielo y nada más, pero todos los días iba al mercado. Así es que, yeah, and I was telling that my diabetic patients that go to Mexico here, because we do a printout of their blood sugars, so we look at the printout. Let me show you just.